Today we're going to be talking about Donald Trump, not about his politics. Y'all know where I stand on that. We're going to be talking about his intellect. Now, most people know that Donald Trump is one of the dumbest people on the planet. I felt that same way until I saw this picture. Basically, it looks like there's a bunch of physicists crowded around a table with quantum physics in the background on the chalkboard. And I'm wondering, what is Donald Trump doing here? I was so confused that I had to keep searching, and I found this image, which I find even crazier. These guys are intellectuals, you can just tell, and Trump's there with them. So I was like, what's going on? Here we got some books on his desk by Richard Feynman, the physicist. In this picture, he's holding a book by Einstein. I mean, these could be Photoshopped because they were sent to me by a viewer, but I choose to believe they weren't. Anyway, unlike other politicians, Trump's unique.
I'm not a scientist.
I'm not a scientist.
I'm not a scientist.
I don't know the science behind climate change.
I'm not a scientist. I'm not a scientist.
I'm not a scientist, and I've got the grades to prove it.
Trump would probably claim that he is a scientist, and I've heard other people claim that Trump is a scientist.
Trump is a scientist.
So at that point in my research, I didn't really know what was going on. I had no leads, I just knew he was connected to physics somehow. Until I heard about his uncle. That blew my mind.
I had an uncle who was a great professor for, I believe, 40 years at MIT.
I stumbled across this picture. Then this one has Trump with a Japanese symbol on his cadet uniform. I'm like, what the heck? Trump has had a weird connection with Japan for a while. Him and the prime minister get along very well. I mean, he's in their culture. And he was even the first politician ever to meet the emperor. It's kind of weird. I mean, if you even look here, the way that he draws is almost reminiscent of the ancient Japanese art of calligraphy. Although, yes, this might be a stretch, but I was looking at patterns. So I got onto these conspiracy boards and I was just looking for anybody. I went on Reddit, Facebook, you name it, just looking for anybody that might shed some light on the truth about Trump, the real truth. And, you know, I was looking for that mystery person, and I found him. So other than his uncle being a student there, what is the correlation between Donald Trump and MIT?
Mr. Donald Trump had a friend at MIT. His name was Yukio Takahama. He taught Donald Trump how to speak Japanese.
What, you're kidding?
Donald Trump is very fluent in Japanese. He turned into quite the mathematician as well. He studied with the brightest minds.
Donald Trump was studying physics with this Japanese guy. Is that what you're saying? At MIT?
He studied physics and mathematics, correct, in MIT.
But he wasn't even a student on the record. So was he getting private tutoring, or?
He was being tutored on campus, so therefore, in my opinion, that makes him a student. Whether or not he paid is none of my business.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think Donald Trump is a physicist?
Trump is a physicist.
They're meeting the emperor, shaking hands, exchanging pleasantries. They are speaking with one another, which, you know, look at the way Trump looks at the emperor coming up right now, and he's staring him down, and he's just waiting to say something. I thought that was weird, and I can't see what he's saying. You can't hear what he says, right? So I thought maybe I should like read his lips and see if there's any kind of connection here. So I have a friend who reads lips. And we found out it was actually in another language. It was in Japanese. Here is a reconstruction of what the actual conversation was.
ようこそ選ばれた人。私たちはこの瞬間を非常に待っていました。ありがとうございました。私は日本の人々を失望させません。物理学者としての私の知識は10倍になりました。